Okay, so it's 12:01, so I'm going to kick off just by giving a couple brief announcements for Visit Sitka and the Stika Chamber. So if everyone can see what I've screen shared, we are having our Summer Expo event this Monday on May 17th from 4 to 7 p.m. We are doing this at Harrigan Hall in the auditorium, and this is just a great way to see what other people are offering this summer. If you have to direct visitors and give recommendations, this is a great way to just see what other organizations and businesses are doing and just seeing what's happening and all the newest updates. So right now we have AC at the Raptor Center, Allen Marine Tours, Aspen Suites, Camp Starlight, Fortress, Gullen and Klein, Stika Chapter Tours, Stika Fishing Excursions, Stika Flowers and the Chocolate Mousse, Stika Maritime Heritage Society, the Stika National Historic Park, and Stika Sound Ocean Adventures. And they all have tables and are signed up for tables. And we do have spaces available still, so if you're interested in setting up a booth at Harrigan on Monday, we still have some spaces. So if you'd like to sign up by the end of day today, we would love to have you. So just some brief information on that. And the next big one that we have is we would like to announce that we are having our golf tournament this year. June 13th is the official date. We have Search as our official golf tournament sponsor. So just keep a lookout for that. We'll have more information coming your way through email and also on the Stika Chamber Facebook page. So keep an eye out on both of those spaces for more information coming up on those. And for our Spring Speaker Series event today, we have a great lineup of folks we're going to talk. So we have Roger Schmidt, Executive Director of the Sitka Fine Arts Camp. We have Carrie Skinner joining us from Northern Bank. She's the Marketing and Communications Director. And we also have Lauren Olson. He's the VP Lending Branch Manager of Northern Bank as well. And they're all just going to give some updates, speak on their organizations. So I'll hand it over to Roger right now. If you want to share your screen, you're welcome to start.
Great. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to talk about the Fine Arts Camp today and share what we're up to. And we're excited about our long-term partnership with North Rim. They've just been a great bank to work with, and this year we're working on building an endowment, and we're excited to have them partner with us on this endeavor, this endowment that'll help us build sustainability into the future. I wanted to start by just sharing a little bit about the Fine Arts Camp. You can see these are some of our oldest photos that we have left in our archives from the early 70s when the Fine Arts Camp first started. And I think it's appropriate to see these pictures because when we're talking about an endowment, we really are talking about how to make sure that something that has been around since 1970, 1972 to be specific, is enduring, lasts long into the future. Since 1972, we've impacted, literally tens of thousands of Alaskans' lives. And each summer we serve, in a typical summer, just around 1,000 students. They come from all over the Alaska. We usually have students from between 40 and 50 Alaskan communities. So from as far north as Barrow, as far south as Kasson, Metlakatla, and everywhere else in between. We have kids coming from large communities like Anchorage, Fairbanks, Juneau. We also have kids coming from some of the smallest communities like Nanwalek, for example, or St. Michael's. The camp has been, again, serving Alaska since 1972. Our mission is really simple, and it is to provide the highest quality arts experience for young people at the camp, and then our overall mission as an organization is to provide for high quality arts experience in Alaska, build community through the arts and through recreation. Many people know our arts camp as part of Okay, there's a little video embedded there that I forgot about that talks a little bit about that. Our program, in addition to the camp, one of the things that's really dramatic and unusual for our organization, and many people know about this, is in 2007, former Shelby Jackson College went out of business for about 4 years. The campus sat boarded up. 2011, ownership. and inherited the largest deferred maintenance project probably in Alaska, and that began an incredible story for us of over 1,000 volunteers in 4 years, 1,000 volunteer hours, season shots of theater, restoration, and just a lot of projects around campus to bring music down. A lot of in addition to the campus serves as an important community resource. We provide space for conferences and conventions, for weddings, for memorial services, for other types of gatherings. We also, as our organization, sponsor a lot of the shows that happen, concerts, and magic shows, rock shows, jazz shows. And we also provide after-school arts programs. We have a theater program after school, dance program. We also provide middle schools, and we also have a teacher training program. This year we serve 36 teachers in the summer. Spray School District, Juneau School District, Stika School District. One of the questions a lot of people have been asking us is, are we having camp this summer? The answer is emphatically yes. We'll have about 500 students join us this summer. We have smaller camps as part of our COVID mitigation plan, so we're about 50% capacity. Last year, canceling the camp was just a really painful decision to make for the students who for campus from home, but it really felt like the right decision. A lot of camps that chose to try to still do camp last summer, there was a lot of news about camps that had outbreaks and closed down part of the season spread. But now we feel with what we know about the disease, how to prevent the spread of it, and the availability of vaccines, we feel like we can both safely and responsibly. We were also really concerned that we are bringing in, last summer we typically bring our faculty and staff and students, like I said, all of Alaska. We'll be doing extensive testing to minimize the risk of getting all of your staff are vaccinated who come from outside of our community. We employ about 14 people year-round. We're proud of providing jobs to Sitka. To Sitkans, we employ about 100 people in the summer and seasonally, and there'll be some information coming about sort of what our economic impact will be. What's different about this summer for our camp? We feel like the most important parts will still very much be there. We feel that a high-quality arts education leads towards building community. We feel like it leads towards building self-esteem in kids, and that's the bottom line of what we can. We're going to be able to do that. Some things we're not going to be able to do. Darkroom photography is a really popular class, but our darkroom is the size of a closet, so we decided this wasn't the year to do darkroom photography. It's a little space for meditation. We're not doing art and mathematics, but most of our classes were able to do math, orchestra, theater classes, visual arts classes, and so on. We'll have 5 camps. We'll have an elementary camp that's serving about 120 students. It's a week long, the second week of June. Then our middle school program is a residential camp that will serve 150 students from all of Alaska and the country as well. And then our high school camp is 2 weeks long. We'll have about 170 students at that camp. And then after that, we have a musical theater camp. That's a 3-week camp. We'll be doing musical things in the woods with high school students, and a jazz camp. I like to just run the pictures in the back and talk over them, but I hope everybody's appreciating the amount of work that's been done on the campus in the past 10 years. I want to talk a little bit about the impact of canceling the camp last year. A lot of people have been curious about that, ask us what type of impact. Obviously, for us, the biggest impact is on our mission, which is serving you. All of us were there. Incredibly negative toll that the pandemic has had, whether it's school, whether it's camps, whether it's socializing. It's easy for me, I'm 50, 51, going on 52 this week, for me to take a year off, if you will, and put some of my plans on hold. Let's say I want to do a trip, I can wait another year, but it's a whole other thing for a kid to lose their 16th year, or to lose their graduation, or to lose a circle one-of-a-kind camp experience. So the hardest part of canceling camp, which is seeing the impact on students and seeing one program after program disappear from them. For many of our kids, they say it's the arts that was the highlight of their lives. And we saw not only with our camp canceling, but also schools going online, that the arts have suffered horribly, and kids aren't able to do theater, dance the way they dance, and so that was the real impact for us of the camp, but also for our community revenue-wise. I think that's important. We lost about $1 million in our camp, the Hames Center, which we also run, which is of course our community nonprofit fitness center, and the number of events and activities that people use the campus for. We had to cancel a lot of conventions that were coming into town. When our camps closed, we also usually have 100, 200 family parents, grandparents that come in during the summer to spend multiple days in Stika celebrating the camp with the kids. So for us directly, that was $1 million revenue lost. For the community, sure, we also had again, our impact in the community, we bring visitors. Sometimes we forget that kids are part of the visitors industry, but camp is very much a huge part of the visitors industry. Out of those 1,000 kids, 20% are recipients, the rest come from elsewhere. And with those kids come their families as well. The concerts that we do bring people together. They get people outside. They get people in restaurants. We have to cancel those concerts as well. Typically, our budget is $2 to $2.5 million each year, depending on the capital projects we're working on. We've been doing steady renovations of the campus since 2011. We're out sort of on local contractors, buying local supplies, supporting local businesses. So that's just a little bit about the camp and what we're up to this year, what we've been up to in the past, its impact on the community. And I'd like to now move to the endowment. Today, we scheduled this Chamber of Commerce talk to talk a little bit about the Stika Fine Arts Camp Endowment, as well as a partnership with the Stika Fine Arts Camp has been around since 1972, but through that entire time, our financial situation has been very precarious. The organization wasn't able to start saving money, put money into reserves until about 10 years ago. If we had not set money aside in our reserves, we probably wouldn't be here today. That's what carried us over through the pandemic initially until we were able to start receiving negative bookkeeping purposes. So we believe very much that for an organization to survive, to be resilient, and to recover from stresses, from challenges, unforeseen challenges and stresses, that it's important to have strong financial reserves. The endowment does this, and about 5 years ago, our board started talking to the board. Endowment is simply a large sum of money that's preserved in perpetuity. In our case, we use the interest from that endowment to support our programs. One of our board members, Sam Skaggs, had a family foundation called the Skaggs Foundation that had, I believe, about 30 years of the philanthropic work of the state supporting other nonprofits. Sam felt that he made a personal choice that he decided that he was going to turn the corpus of that foundation into the seed of our endowment. So last year, I believe it was, he dissolved the foundation, took $1 million in funds, and put it into our endowment to start seeking. And then that was matched by a pledge from Carol Otis, who's been a long-time supporter of our organization, of $1 million. This year, our endowment generated $40,000 that we, from our interest, that we were able to put back in the camp, which is for our organization really significant. Our goal in the next 5 years is to try to build our endowment to $5 million. When that happens, we feel that our organization will really be resilient for a future and be able to sort of defend and support our mission to support the people. We've been working with Northern Bank for, Carrie, you may have more accurate information than I do on that, but I feel like it's probably been maybe 5 or 6 years, and we were really happy to begin working with Northern Bank because Northern is really local, has incredible support as individuals. The bank is always there for us to help us with our work, and they've also been really supportive of our organization, contributing toward both capital construction projects. We've been running a campaign now for, I think, 7 years called Raise the Roof. We need to replace every roof on campus. Every roof had failed by the time we took the campus on, so that's 20 roofs. And we started this fundraiser in Anchorage, and Northwood Bank helped us with this by always being contributing. They've also helped us with scholarships. And earlier this year, we put a newsletter out talking about our desire to build an endowment. And I was really excited about Lauren, who is our local Sitka Bank, the person I talked to. Lauren, I'm not sure, I should say what your title is, Vice President of Lending, but in any case, Lauren is the person I get to talk to when we talk about banking at Sitka, and I think that in a way says even more, is that we've got a relationship that is just easy and it's comfortable and casual. But Lauren approached me and said, we'd like to support this campaign, and we began talking a little bit about what that might mean, and they made a generous offer to contribute $5,000 towards a short campaign meaning a quick matching campaign in the next 2 months, where we're looking for other businesses and organizations to commit to match dollar for dollar, so that we raise in $10,000 towards our endowment. And right now I'd like to actually just thank Lauren and Carrie and invite them to talk a little bit about their role with our organization and in our community.
Yeah, hi. This is... Go ahead, Lauren. Why don't you start?
I was going to say you go first, but all right, I'll just be brief. So, like Roger mentioned, he and I have been talking about this for several weeks, if not several months. We're really excited. I'm excited to be in Sitka. My wife and I have been coming to Sitka since 2010. We used to take the fast ferry from Juneau over here and back and have great weekends. And so I've kind of seen some of the growth of the Sitka Fine Arts Camp, over those years, off and on. But yeah, Rogers and many other people here in Sitka have made me feel at home. It's a great community. Roger mentioned that they have a significant financial impact on our local economy. there's a multiplier effect of dollars. A dollar in multiplies anywhere from 3 to 9 times in a local community, and so great organizations like the Fine Arts Camp, whether it's the students, the parents, restaurants, shopping, they're an anchor in our community and anchor in our economy. So I didn't want to say much more other than that. If anyone has any questions or would like to visit further, you can give me a call here at Northern Bank. My number is 747-8697. But go ahead, Carrie.
Perfect. Thanks, Lauren. Well, yeah, I am kind of here behind the scenes for North Rim. I really have enjoyed working with Sitka Fine Arts Camp over the years, and just being able to see these photos that Roger is sharing here is really great to kind of get a feel and remember what it was, since we didn't get to experience it last summer. So from a North Rim perspective as an organization, we have been part of the Sitka community since 2014, 2015, and through 2020 we have given over $20,000 to Sitka-based organizations. We have also given over $40,000 to the University of Alaska Sitka Southeast, and so really those are kind of highlighting what's important to us. We're taking an active role in building the communities that we serve, and so my job here behind the scenes helps support Lauren and Roger in Sitka. So we really try and focus on community and economic development, as well as programs that strengthen and support low-income families, health and wellness programs, as well as higher education throughout the state. So that's just kind of a little bit about who we are, kind of a background. We have branches. We now have 17 branches across the state, from Fairbanks all the way down to Ketchikan, and we really feel very grateful to be part of the communities that we're in and looking for ways to support those communities. So building an ongoing relationship with the Sitka Fine Arts Camp is important for us, because we understand the legacy that the camp has in the community, and understand that that's a way we can support the community as well. So any questions for myself? That we really didn't want to take longer than a few minutes just to kind of show our support, but really it's about the Fine Arts Camp today.
Yeah, I'll just add to that real quickly, Carrie. You're right. This is about the Sitka Fine Arts Camp. Roger introducing, the fact that they're open this summer and refreshing all of our minds on what great work's been done over the years. I'm a new member on the Chamber Board of Directors. The Chamber is a huge advocate of supporting local business and strengthening our economy. Again, we're all in this together. I was trying to coin something clever last night, and I don't know how clever this is going to sound, but the Sitka Fine Arts Camp is building our local economy one visitor at a time, and we really did want to kick off this matching campaign with the Chamber, business owners, key people in our community. We're going to take a run at this for 2 months, but wouldn't it be great if all of you stepped up and we were able to match another $5,000 here within a couple of weeks. The endowment's important. It's going to help longevity of the Fine Arts Camp, and there's not a better organization to help support. So we're 100% behind you, Roger.
Thank you, Lauren. And, I think we see it even differently. We feel like we're all 100% behind the kids that we serve. And so if you're behind me, I'm behind them, and together we serve the future of Alaska. And for me, that's why when I moved back to Sitka, which is where I grew up, and also the camp I went to, I just felt so passionate about the work that I have the opportunity to do, because I understand how important it is to provide opportunities for young people and what that allows them to do. I feel really fortunate to be in this community. I have 2 children now that have grown up in Sitka, and I just get to see at every turn the type of generosity our community has for our young people, and I think that's very foresighted of people, because those young people become the people who care for us as we get older, and they build a community that we then end up being in. So I'm really, I love working with you guys at North Rim. It's just been a great experience, and because I also feel like we were looking for a bank that believed in our mission alongside us. We always are looking for partners in the mission that we have of supporting young people, and I felt that it's been a great match. And it since the first time I kind of had that conversation about working together with you folks and having Northrop as our bank. We've been really lucky. It might seem funny to say this, but it's been a great relationship. Relationships are the other piece of what matters to our organization. I think kids and relationships, that's what holds and ties a community together. So we're grateful. I'd be happy to answer questions about camp this summer, or about our endowment, or why we're doing it. Any type of questions that people might have.
Yeah, just a quick reminder to everyone or anyone watching, we do have the Q&A box if you want to send in any questions. I did see we got a comment from Molly, and she said, as a Fine Arts Camp board member, I offer my thanks to you and Northrim for your contribution. I appreciate your support within our community. Actually, I had a quick question for Roger. You mentioned that in a previous year, parents and grandparents weren't able to come visit. And I wonder, this year, you said you had a reduced number of students, but are parents and grandparents, will they be able to come visit?
Yes, yeah. So in 2020, we just canceled all our programs in the summer. So just a collapse of the visitors industry in Sitka in every way, in every sector. This year, we're excited with the progress that our nation, our state, and our community has made with the COVID, that it feels like it will be a time that visitors can come and join us again in the community, and so we're welcoming the parents, grandparents, and other family members to bring their kids down or come at the end of camp to watch the shows, and as long as people act responsibly, go to the restaurants, book hotel rooms and Airbnb spaces, and really just get back into our visitors economy.
And Maddie, I can add a little bit to that. I've had a few Northrim employees from around the state reach out to me and say, hey, my kids are in the Sitka Fine Arts Camp, my wife and I are going to be in town, can I come check email in your conference room when I'm in Sitka? And of course, absolutely they can. And I reminded them of the shopping and the restaurants that we have. So there are Northrim employees who are bringing their family and kids to the Sitka Fine Arts Camp this summer. So happy to report that.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I am not seeing any other questions rolling in. So once again, feel free to put in any questions, but also if anyone has any final comments that you want to share, or anything else, you're welcome to do so before everyone signs off.
Yeah. Well, Maddie, one thing about, we didn't talk about if people are interested in contributing to our endowment, or how to do that. And we've got a phone number, 747-3085, or you can go to our website, fineartscamp.org, and there's a donate tab. And if you just click on the donate tab, that takes us to our various programs, and one of them is the endowment. And we'll be taking any donations that come in now towards the endowment, is matching gifts towards the Northrim gift.
Perfect. Yeah, we can also put that. We're live streaming this on Facebook, so we can also put that information on Facebook, so people watching over there can see as well.
Fantastic.
Great. Any other comments or questions?
Well, I have one last thing I forgot too.
Go for it.
To promote all these things, but we're also we just started doing live shows again, and we're really excited about that. We started with a tribute to Van Halen, a rock show that we did in a couple months ago, and then we did a night of Broadway. The end of this month, May 29th, we're having a large brass concert, 5 trumpets, 4 trombones, tuba, French horns, coming from major symphony orchestras all over the nation. Musicians that have not played a live concert for over a year, who are normally members of the most prestigious orchestras in the world. They're coming to Sitka. We're going to be doing a pops concert, so we'll be doing a lot of movie music from John Williams, Pirates of the Caribbean, other things. It's going to be a really fun concert. That'll be at the Performing Arts Center on May 29th. Tickets are available on Fine Arts Camp, our website, or at our phone number 747-3086. Again, when we think about the economy and building community, those things go together, but having people come out to shows, getting people out of their houses again, to be part of our community is so critical to kind of getting us back to, back to business, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds great. It's really exciting to hear about all the events that are starting to crop up after months of silence. So I know people are really excited about that. And we have a lot of tourists who are starting to trickle in, and especially the independent travelers this summer. So we always have people calling and just asking, like, is Stika open? Like, are things happening? And we're like, yes, please come. So it's great to hear about things like that. Really exciting. But yeah, I guess if we don't have any other questions, thank you all so much for coming on and speaking. It was great hearing all the updates. And I guess just one final reminder, we do have the Visit Stika Expo this coming Monday on May 17th. It is a free event, so whether you want to set up a booth or just come and walk around and see what people are offering, everyone is very welcome, and we'd love to see you all there. And if you would like to have a booth, we do have a couple spaces available. So feel free to call the Visit Stika office at 747-8604 just to see if you're interested or you want to sign up, anything like that. We're happy to answer questions. So yeah, that's all I have, and if that's all you guys have, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you to everyone that was watching on Zoom and on Facebook Live. And we will be having another speaker series event next Wednesday, so keep an eye out for more information on that.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Thank you.